In the bustle of the modern world, dominated by material values, constant rush and endless information flow, the concept of spiritual awareness often seems like something distant, related to secluded monasteries or meditative practices at dawn. Many believe that to achieve such a state, one must distance oneself from worldly life, devoting oneself exclusively to spiritual quests. However, the true depth of spiritual awareness lies not in withdrawing from everyday life, but, on the contrary, in the ability to find the sacred, the extraordinary, and the deep meaning right in the most ordinary, seemingly familiar moments of our lives. It is the ability to see a miracle in a simple action, to feel a connection with something greater in the most ordinary things and states. This is seeing unlimited greatness. Spiritual awareness in everyday life is the practice of presence. It means being fully involved in what is happening here and now, without being distracted by regrets about the past or worries about the future. When we eat, we truly taste every bite. We are grateful for the food and the work that went into preparing it. When we walk down the street, we are not just rushing to our destination, but we notice the gentle breeze, the touch of the sun, the singing of birds, the details of the architecture or the expressions of passers-by. This complete immersion in the moment allows us to move beyond the automatic existence, where days merge into a monotonous series, and to begin to truly live each minute, filling it with meaning. One of the most important aspects of this approach is the recognition of the interconnectedness of all things. In the daily routine, we often forget that our every action, every word, every thought is inextricably linked to the environment and to other people. Spiritual awareness helps us see this web of connections, to understand that the water we drink came from nature, that the clothes we wear were created by someone's hands, that the knowledge we use was passed down through generation. This awareness creates a deep sense of gratitude, not just for the great gifts, but for the countless little things that provide for our existence. Gratitude transforms the mundane into the sacred, filling the heart with warmth and humility. Practices for gaining mindfulness in your routine. You don't need to change your life dramatically to integrate spiritual mindfulness into your everyday life. You can start with small but regular practice, mindful breathing. This is the most accessible and versatile tool. At any time during the day, when you feel stressed or just want to return to the present moment, take a minute or two to carefully observe your breathing. Feel how the air comes in and out, how your chest rises and falls. This is a simple anchor that instantly returns you to the here and now. Mindful eating. Turn every meal into a ritual. Put your phone away. Don't turn on the TV. Look closely at the food. Smell it. Chew each bite slowly, focusing on the taste, texture, temperature. Feel how the food nourishes your body. This not only improves digestion, but also turns eating from an ordinary process into an act of deep connection with the source of life. Mindful walking. If you walk, try to immerse yourself completely in the process. Notice each step. Feel the contact of your feet with the ground. Listen to the sounds around you. Birds singing, the sound of the wind, people's voices. Pay attention to colors, shapes, smells. Throw away thoughts about the to-do list and just be a part of the world around you. This turns an ordinary walk into meditation and an opportunity to reboot. Gratitude practice. Take a few minutes every day to think or write down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for today. These can be the simplest things: a cup of morning coffee, sunlight, a smile from a passerby, the opportunity to do your favorite thing. This practice restructures your brain to a positive perception of reality, helps you see gifts even in the most ordinary situations. Mindful routine. Turn mundane tasks like washing dishes, cleaning, showering into mindfulness practice. Focus on the sensations, the warmth of the water, the smell of the soap, the movement of your hand. Instead of rushing through these tasks, allow yourself to be fully present in them. When we approach routines with mindfulness, they stop being a burden and become an opportunity for presence and meditation, overcoming obstacles and deepening practice. Of course, there are obstacles to spiritual awareness in everyday life. The most common of these are distractions and inner noise. Our minds are constantly generating thoughts, memories, plans, which prevent us from focusing on the moment. It is important to understand that the goal is not to stop thoughts completely, but to learn to observe them without attachment and judgment, gently returning attention to the present moment. This requires patience and constant practice, like training a muscle. Another obstacle is skepticism and cynicism. Modern society often trains us to think logically, rationally, leaving little room for intuition, miracles, or anything sacred in the mundane. Opening yourself to spiritual awareness requires a willingness to temporarily put these filters aside and allow yourself to see the world from a new, more open perspective. This does not mean abandoning rationality, but rather supplementing it with a broader, holistic view of reality. Deepening the practice of mindfulness is also connected with the development of compassion. The more we realize our interconnection with the world, the more natural it becomes to feel compassion for other beings, for nature, for ourselves. This is not only an emotional experience, but also an active position that encourages us to act in accordance with this feeling, to be kinder, more attentive, more environmentally friendly. Compassion turns personal awareness into a force that can influence the world around us. Spiritual mindfulness in everyday life is not an esoteric teaching, but a practical approach to life that allows you to find inner peace, reduce stress, and fill each day with deep meaning. It is the path to genuine joy which does not depend on external circumstances, but comes from within. Finding the sacred in the ordinary, we transform not only our own experience, but also the energy that we radiate into the world, contributing to the creation of a more conscious and harmonious society. It is a constant invitation to live fully, to see the wonder in every breath, every sunrise and sunset, every smile and every manifestation of life. Spiritual transformation through the ordinary. Applying the principles of spiritual awareness to everyday life leads to profound spiritual transformation. We begin to understand that spirituality is not something separate from our ordinary life, but an integral part of it. Every moment, every encounter, every task becomes an opportunity for growth and self-knowledge. This frees us from the illusion that special conditions or exceptional events are necessary for spiritual development. On the contrary, it is in the routine, in its repetition and predictability, that lies the powerful potential for deepening our inner world. The ability to find meaning and beauty in small things allows us to avoid the trap of constantly looking for external stimuli and entertainment that only temporarily fill the inner emptiness. One of the key aspects of this transformation is the development of intuition. When we stop constantly analyzing, planning, and evaluating, our minds calm down and we become more receptive to subtle inner signals. Intuition is more than just logic. It is a deep inner knowing that can guide us in our decisions, our interactions with people, and our overall life journey. By practicing mindfulness, we learn to trust this inner voice, which often points us in the right direction, even when logic is in doubt. Additionally, practicing spiritual mindfulness in our daily lives strengthens our psychological resilience. When we are deeply rooted in the present moment and accept life as it is, we become less susceptible to stress and anxiety. Unexpected difficulties or setbacks do not throw us off track as much because we develop the ability to see them from a broader perspective as part of the natural flow of life rather than as a catastrophe. We learn to see challenges as opportunities for growth, not just obstacles. This resilience allows us to remain calm and collected even in the most difficult situations. An important aspect is improving the quality of relationships. When we are consciously present in interactions with others, we listen not only with our ears, but also with our hearts. We notice nonverbal cues, hear the unspoken, and show genuine empathy. This deep, attentive interaction builds strong bonds based on trust and mutual respect. People feel valued and understood, which in turn facilitates more open and honest communication. This transforms not only personal but also professional relationships, creating a more harmonious and productive environment. Finally, spiritual awareness in everyday life leads to a deep sense of wholeness and meaning. We stop feeling like disjointed fragments, constantly looking outside ourselves to complete. Instead, we recognize our inner wholeness and connection to all of creation. Every ordinary act, from making coffee in the morning to an evening stroll under the stars, becomes part of the sacred dance of life. We begin to perceive our existence as a gift, each moment filled with the potential for miracles. This understanding brings a deep peace and joy that is not dependent on external circumstances. We stop looking for happiness somewhere far away, realizing that it has always been here, in the present moment, waiting for us to notice it.
If you'd like to support the channel and help us keep pushing forward, there are links in the description where you can donate. Every contribution helps us reach more people, do more good, and keep this mission alive. There's also a store down below where you can grab something for yourself, or even better, a gift for someone you care about. It's a simple way to spread love and let someone know they matter. We're all just trying to grow, to become better, to rise above the noise and step into who we're really meant to be. And I truly believe change is possible, the kind of change that creates a ripple effect and helps others see the beauty still left in this world. This channel is about real growth, real transformation, and I'm here to give you a front row seat to what that looks like. Raw, honest, and grounded in purpose. God is within all of us, and my goal is simple: to reflect that light as clearly and powerfully as I can for you and for the world around us.